Two, one. Good afternoon. My name is So. I am here on my show Speak It, and I am here with my lovely guest, Jayce the Songbird.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Busy day today, but always a blessing to be busy.
Amen. Amen. Cause me, I know when I sit at home, I'm just on Netflix and eating snacks. So, but it's pulling me away from it.
Well, of course, this month we are. Hold on, my dog decides that he likes to be in my face when I
Ooh.
am doing this.
Mhm.
So today we are, of course, well, all month we are celebrating Pride on Speak It and on Monday
Yes.
Morning Talks. And I am excited. I am blessed. I am honored to have you on
Well,
this
thank
show
you.
to
Hmm.
talk about your truth, the meaning of pride, meanings of the colors of the flag, and just everything.
Hmm.
So basically, can you just tell me about like how old were you when you realized who you really were?
Oh, this gonna sound crazy, but I think I really knew who I was yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
Hmm. I'm sorry, or
Elaborate.
really embraced it. Because
Mm-hmm.
I always knew, I think I noticed it around the age of, oh, I'm sorry, this is gonna sound crazy, but I was maybe like 5 years old.
Mm.
It's like in preschool. Yeah, I always knew like there was something different in me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but to really fully embrace who I am. I won't say yesterday. I won't be dramatic and say yesterday, but I know when I hit 30. 30 years old is when that light bulb clicked in. It's just like, excuse the language, but I'm a bleep because, there.
Go ahead.
But
Go ahead, girl.
somewhere
Be
with these,
you. Be you.
right.
It's cool.
Somewhere in the
It's
birthdays,
after,
not a
it's after hours.
say.
It's after hours. You can use your home
Okay.
voice.
Okay.
Not the morning show.
And so, right, okay. So, yeah, I would say like 30 years old. I really, really was just tapping in and like really owning who I was because I felt like with growing up, I had to hide. I couldn't really say much, couldn't walk a certain way, couldn't talk a certain way. But like I said, when I turned 30, honestly, that's when it really was just like, oh, stop and
Right.
go. And just love yourself, honey.
Yes.
Yes.
And so, as far as when you fully came out, who did you first come out
There's a phrase I like to say, honey,
to?
closets are for clothes and shoes. Honey, I've never been I've never been in a closet. And so funny,
Yeah.
my
Oh, that's
sister
good.
my sister she came to me one day. She's like, you never came out to the family. And I was like, I did it. And she's like, I guess what's understood don't need to be explained. I was like, yeah, because I've never I never had to say anything. So it was like never a topic, like, because thank God I have loving friends and
Yeah.
family. So I never really
Mhm.
had to hide it in a sense. It was just never something that I talked about. But I will say
Right.
maybe like a few years ago, I kind of more so, you know, it's more so now. I guess people see confirmation in a
Right.
sense, but it was never nothing I had to be like, oh, world, I'm gay, or I'm
Right.
this, I'm that. So yeah, no, I never really had to have a come out story, which I'm a little upset about because I want to be dramatic and say I actually no, I'm this.
That's
So
funny. So Dominique Dars, he just wanted to say hi, Jamil.
hey, my love.
Hi, Dominique. And so, well, it's really good to know
Mhm.
that you had the support and you didn't have to hide it because like we was talking about the show Pose and how when the people came out to their
Mm.
family, they basically was thrown out on the streets, homeless. Luckily they had the people who also was in the same position able to house them. And
Yeah.
so it's sad to know that there are people who family members who just want to accept it. And so I know, like, you're in the church,
Yes.
you're a child of God, praise God.
Amen. All
and
that.
and so with you going to church, and did you have to like come out to the church, or it was just like full, oh, clothes are for shoes and clothes, honey. Okay, so so with you, I mean, how did you feel, going into the church? Were you fully accepted as soon as you went into, I don't know if what was the first church you joined, or
My first church I joined was Great Hope Missionary
mhm,
Baptist Church over here in Robbins, Illinois. Um, they did not. They loved me like crazy. Like they embraced me. I was younger, so I would do a little
mhm,
things where it was more so of a you need to change it, or like it was just more so tone it down because there's a
right,
time and place for everything. So I
mhm.
think sometimes my flamboyantness would like like no shade, you're not supposed to wear mini skirts in church,
Right,
you're not supposed to do this, so it was
right,
more so of that, but they never shunned me. They loved me and embraced me, and I love them still to this day, and it was a great experience. So I kind of also feel bad when some people turn away from the church or turn away from God in a sense of they feel like they can't be welcome because I didn't experience that, but I do hear the stories of, oh, that's why some of the people in the LGBT community leave because they felt
they're
like they
not
weren't
accepted.
welcome. And
Hmm.
that I want to apologize to them for that because, first of all, that's not anyone's judgment to make or
Hmm.
call to make or make anyone feel. Everybody is welcome in God's house, honey.
Right, exactly.
Crackhead, whatever, whatever the
Right,
situation is, you're welcomed. And so, yes, I thank them for that because that also helped build my confidence as
right.
well. Because like I said, you hear those stories and, oh, I feel so bad. And like I said, again, I do offer apologies to them because God is everything and you need him in your life. You cannot
Yes.
walk this this journey without him. So yeah, but no, I didn't get that. I'm so blessed and I'm very grateful for
Yes.
that. I want to give glory to God for that because I'm thankful I did not experience, you know,
Yeah. Well,
that.
that's
And,
good.
and bringing up the poll situation to think like, oh my gosh, to see some of them had to sleep on benches, and,
Hmm.
because they were shunned. I was like, oh my gosh, like that was horrible. So I'm thankful I didn't
Yeah.
have to go through that storm. Hmm.
That's good. And that you was accepted in the church and in your
Thank you.
home, which is
Hmm.
like so rare.
Hmm.
Um, Especially in like certain churches too, where
Hmm.
it's just so that's good. That's amazing. I'm glad you didn't have to experience
Thank
that because I know some
you.
people talk about like suicide and or having suicidal thoughts, and as
Hmm.
some people actually committing suicide because of
Hmm.
not being accepted. And
Hmm.
people don't realize like how their behavior towards people who what I'm saying, isn't like who they I guess sought out to be or expect to be or want them to be like them or whatever. You don't realize the
Yeah.
hurt that you bring to people
Hmm.
because you feel that they supposed to live a certain way because you live that way. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's really it's sad. It's sad. So tell me, okay, because when I met you,
Uh-huh.
we didn't have all
You
this,
already had it. Sorry.
we didn't have the beat face, okay?
Thank you. Give it to me. Hold on.
so
Let me get
so
on
when did
this. Let
you
me get
come
some.
into your beat face of what I'm saying, hey, I'm finna beat my face every day. I'm finna make sure
Hmm.
my hair good. I'm finna, finna
Loving me.
yes.
When did it come about? Okay, so again, when I was a kid, I was a imaginative child. I just used to I saw it when I was a kid.
Hmm.
Like this was gonna become. Um, Again, that 30s just hit, and it was just like, who are you hiding from? And why are you hiding from? Like, what, you don't have to worry about, because now I will say I did go through the bullying in high school. Of course, kids gonna be kids, but
Yeah.
or just I noticed in certain jobs, atmospheres, you
Hmm.
didn't get a promotion because of that, type of thing. But I don't know about them 30s. You know, the 30s make you feel grown and it's just everything. So I was just like, do it. You know, like who are
Yes.
you hurting? Who are you harming? No shade. I actually get people asking me to do theirs or teach them how to do this. So, you know,
Mhm.
that's a blessing.
Yes.
And it's like, you know, and for me, you know, I'm just like, oh, that's a blessing. And I just know that's who I am. It is my truth. This is not fake. I don't do it just for nobody else. I do it for me. I do it to embrace and just love the beauty, you know, and just because, okay, you know, so the picture I sent you to promote, or whatever, I remember praying to God and talking to
I
God. I was
love that
like,
picture.
thank you.
Sorry,
And
my dog is.
oh,
Hold
it's
on, Jason. Let me do
okay.
one thing. I'm gonna give.
So,
He's
okay.
like bothering me. Hold on one. I'm sorry. Hold on one
Oh, no,
second.
fine. You're fine.
Hey, go. You're gonna go upstairs. All right. Come here. Come on. Just sit down and don't bother me. You hear me? Sit down.
So testimony time because you know,
Oh,
like she
I
said, I'm a
didn't
child of
mute
God.
myself. I was like, I was yelling at my dog and didn't mute myself.
Oh,
No,
no. It's okay.
I was mute.
But
I'm so sorry. My kids
testimony.
aren't here to control him, so he's like
It's
just
okay. You
spoiled.
know, this like even though this is an interview, you know, this is regular talk for us.
Right.
But you know, so I remember praying because that picture is actually the cover to my EP, which is on SoundCloud. Y'all got to check it out. But anyways,
Well, we're gonna
I
definitely
remember.
have to expand what you just said towards the end,
Oh,
so people can find you and listen to you. They're gonna
okay.
find like, don't dismiss it like that. That's your thing. We don't
True.
dismiss our
Thank
things.
you. That's true. I remember, you know, it's so crazy. You think God ain't listening to you, but He is. So I
Hmm.
remember praying to Him, and I was crying. I was just so distraught. I was like, I'm so upset because I feel like everybody wants me to be black and white, but I'm so colorful inside, and I just want to be able to show that on the outside and things of that nature because I don't like, you know, the colors. I love color. I'm lively. You know, anybody who
Yes.
sees me and meet me, they just know. Like so. That actually was a filter. But anywho, when I took the picture and I saw that filter, I was like, and you know, I had to look up at her. I'm like, you think you slick? And you know, just to see the zipper unveil and like
Yes.
me embracing, like,
Revealing
show
your
your colors.
color.
And I felt like that was
Yes.
his sign, like, go ahead and show what I gave you and to be. So when I do it, I represent it. And I always thank you guys so much for the compliments because it's so just confirmation from God's love. Just me really tapping into me doing this and being me. It just proves that like, okay, go for it, you know.
Hmm.
And so that's why this all came about. Yeah, because I know I didn't get it. For some people they were just like, okay, that's just Jamil. But yeah, for some people they're shocking, like, what's going on?
I
Because
remember
they
when I
weren't used
first
to this
started
all.
seeing the pictures
Hmm.
of you
Hmm.
wearing the wigs and the makeup, and I'm like, I had to look twice, and I'm like, okay, he's cute.
Thank
That's
you.
why I was like, hey, okay, boo.
Thank
And
you.
I heart and
Yeah.
stuff because I'm like, good. He coming into himself. He's being who
Yeah.
he wants to be, and it's hey. It's the world is changing and it's being more
Hmm.
receptive to it. So be you, and
Hmm.
that's so important, and it is good. It's
Hmm.
good. So going back to your dismissive Spotify,
Okay,
Miss
well, not.
Miss
I'm gonna take
Songbird.
it. Okay, I'm gonna take it because not yet. I haven't gotten to Spotify yet, but what I do have my EP is on for free. It's on SoundCloud. It's called Validated. I released it maybe like 2 years ago now. But I do have a song with a artist named Mikey Everything. That song is called The Fall. That is on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and all the other digital platforms. I don't
Wait, what's the EP
know.
called? The EP is
My
called what?
my EP is called Validated, and that's on SoundCloud.
Validated.
And then Mikey Everything, he's on iTunes and everything. I have a feature with him, and it's called The Fall. I've been getting some good
And that's
reviews
on
about that
what?
song too. That's on everything, like social media. You can find that on everything. But yes, my EP exclusively is just on SoundCloud. But okay, I'm taking that Spotify guy. I must come on, see Jesus, amen. It must be next for me to do it. Yeah, I'm working on some stuff though, but you know,
That's
we'll wait
good.
till
I'm
the
glad you
yeah. Thank you.
because you used to be in that choir.
Yeah, I do. I do. I be a little quiet and just watching.
But I always loved your energy. Like you always
Thank
gave
you.
good energy. And the fact, like I said, the fact that you didn't I mean you didn't hide it from anyone anywhere,
Mhm.
and I love this. It's not like, giving looks or you seem scared or whatever. You were just straight out with it, and that's why I just want you like to just speak,
Thank you.
to the people
Mhm.
and just tell them like, just give some encouraging words and just tell your story, like how.
Mhm.
I mean, I know you had great support and but do you have friends that doesn't have that support, or
Mhm.
people or people you've heard of that don't have that support and just like struggling?
Mhm. I would first always say seek the best friend that you will ever have on this earth, and that is God. Honestly, because as the word say, man will feel you. So pray and ask him to bless that, even if it's just one person, you know, pray and have that person that you can talk to and confide with, because you should never go through any storm alone. And I would encourage you to also get to know you, get to know yourself, get to know, like, love every piece of you. Look yourself in the mirror. I will never forget my shout out to my girl Kyo. She told me to look myself in the mirror and say those words. I'm gay. Love
Mm,
yourself, like, because again, that was, let's be honest, something that's taught to you to hate about you,
mm,
and you're going to be sitting there confused, like, well, I know what I'm feeling, and things of that nature. But just like I said, find someone that could talk to. Always stay prayed up, meditate, love yourself no matter what, encourage yourself, and just be free, be happy, be them colors, honey. Be that vibrance, be that joy, because also you don't know who you're touching or who you're
mm-hmm.
inspiring. So just know your worth, know that you're worthy to be here, because we all are,
Yeah.
and forgive those who don't understand, because some don't, and
Mm-hmm.
just live life. Like, just say the word life and just eat it up and just enjoy it. Like, digest it and just let it be in your veins, honey. Yes. And I'm sorry, to piggyback on one thing. The first person I think I honestly really, really, really told was my mother. I
Mm.
did, kind of, because we had a talk, but because they talked in my head, like, because I remember that walk. We was actually walking somewhere, and so she kind of just came out and was like, "So are you?"
I
But
kind of know, but I just want to hear it from you a little
right, I want to
bit.
hear you say it. Yeah, that's what. And honestly, that's what it was. And I want to say something that she said, because I remember we stayed in the hood. So I used to be shy. I used to be really, really shy.
Mm,
And I remember it was these group of people. They just always try to make fun of me. And so we were walking down the street. And so I was holding my head down because I just didn't want them to see me. I guess that was my shield. And
mm.
so she was talking to me, but then she looked at me, and then she looked over to the other side, and she saw them. And she's like, She said, "You don't hold your head down for nobody."
Right, don't took your crown, girl.
And so she's like, no, we don't do that. And ever since then, I think that also was that boost of bad bitch moment. Okay, because you say it now. It was bad bitch moment. And I was like, okay, if my mom and my God be for me, who is against me? Honey? Who is against me? So that's just embrace yourself, love yourself, honey. Love it. That's all. That would be my encouragement words. Is just love yourself. And hey, I'm hoping my Facebook, Instagram, whatever you need somebody to talk to, you want to talk to me personally after this interview, I'm here to listen and support, because unfortunately not everybody does not have that love and support. I actually have some friends personally I know, because I heard it or seen it in person, where their parents weren't
Mm.
too nice to them about it and things of that nature. So I just say, like I said, love you first, and just push, honey, and fight and stand strong and smile. If it hurts, cry, but get back up
Yes.
and move forward, honey. Yes.
And so
Something
your
along
Facebook
with
is
it.
Jayce Songbird Dior,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, 'cause I think I kept a Dior. I'm gonna change
Yeah.
that to Barker, because the Dior situation. it's another situation about the Dior thing. I was like, oh, okay, true. But okay.
So,
Mhm.
so Michelle said, "Are we going to get a performance or hear something?" Maybe
The
Michelle,
performance?
maybe towards the end of the show, she, you know, what I'm
Hey,
saying we
shit,
might get a little something from it. You know, you got to
okay.
stay tuned.
Right.
Stay tuned. You might hear a little something
Yeah, I'll
if
sing
you
a little
feel like
something. Yeah, I'll sing a little
it.
something. I will. My my old choir director, she always used to tell me, if people ask you to sing, you never know who needs to hear it. So I'll sing a little song. I'll sing a little song.
But okay, so tell me, what do pride means to you?
What does pride mean to
Why
me?
do you celebrate pride?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um,
Mhm.
because honey, that is all year round. But this special moment, this special moment. But no, what it really means to me is um, paying homage to those who fought for us to be where we are today. Um, celebrating and celebrating love because love does not just come in one form or one direction.
Mhm.
Um, Pride celebrates the uniqueness of those different individuals. And just joy and happiness. It brings joy and happiness because now it's
Yeah.
like, okay, hey, a lot of us had to fight or, had to hide or have been killed, or, to be here. But to have that acknowledgement now and to be like, hey, I can probably say I'm this and not be stoned or cast out
Mhm.
for it. That's what pride means to me. It's
Yes.
just a great celebration of just life. Again, going back to that key word of live, honey.
Yes.
Because you only got one life, you only got one chance to
YOLO.
be right. Hello, so live it, honey. That's what pride gives me.
That's a good answer for a tough question.
Thank you. Yeah, it is. It goes a lot more deeper because to not even just elaborate on the post show, but it was so educational. I was telling my nephew, I said, you need to watch it. You need to know your history of just your sexuality. Like,
Right.
you need to know why you're able to stand here and say these words out loud because
Right.
you used to get big say, oh, I'm gay, or I'm this, I'm
Mhm.
that, and not, be looked at like what, so
Yeah.
poses teaches you a lot.
It really opened
Really.
your eyes up. I really
Hmm.
recommend people watch it. So Michelle said, "Who do you look up to, or who influenced you the most to help you become the light that you are?"
Oh wow. That's tougher than the last question I just asked.
Michelle,
Who do I?
you're supposed to be on this show asking him these
Okay.
questions, ma'am.
Thank you. Who
Oh,
I
wait, no,
do I
you the
look up to?
shine in.
Oh wow. What? And this might sound cliche. I think honestly, the most person I look up to is God. Um, because there's so many people that have inspired, but I feel like those people were placed in my life to help
Hmm.
build or shape, or set the
Yeah.
examples of what, I'm seeking to become. Um, because I can also say my mother, just her strength, things that she's, set examples for and showed and fought through. Um, some of my girlfriends, their inspirations. Um, oh my gosh, I can just go on and on about it. Um, and what was one more question she asked? What inspired
She
me? Or
said, well, basically it said, who you look up to or who's influenced you the most to help you become the light that you are.
oh wow, yeah,
So is
God,
there
God
any person that influenced you?
influenced me personally. It's so many. I was
Yeah.
always taught you can't say name. You don't want to because you don't want to forget nobody. But
Because
there's
like,
so many
yeah.
people, honestly. Just even if it was just somebody walking down the street, sometimes some people have said some encouraging things, So
Hmm.
just like God, honestly, just sum it up, God.
Oh,
If
my. To sum it up.
Yeah, God has really inspired me to really, because I know everything is for a reason, and a lot
Yeah.
of people who are placed in my life are there for a reason. So, yeah, shout out to Jesus.
Tony said life. Life
Yeah.
inspired.
Yes, life. Honestly, yeah, because there's some things I'd endured, honey. Been through. And yeah, it's life. That's true.
So I know, like, we can go back to Pose, and when I was reading about it, they said that how the, I guess, society or Hollywood kind of like explained the movie. They was trying to say make them put them as drag queens, and they was like, no, we're not drag queens. We're
Okay.
transsexual. So do
Hmm.
you consider yourself a transsexual or a drag queen, or you're just someone who
That's
just
a good
love
question.
to?
Just need to be me. Because titles, I used to be like, oh, titles don't mean nothing, but yes, they do. Because you want to be addressed by the right thing.
You just
If
try
you
to,
work
yeah,
for,
we try to avoid the title by saying they don't mean nothing, but
right, but
in
titles mean
society they
everything.
do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but I had to really look at that because I was, I'm meditating. Me and God, we have our moments, we
Yes.
talk,
Hmm.
and so I was just like, well, you wouldn't still want to be called a cashier if you became a manager.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
titles mean something, but no. To clear up, because I do have a lot of people ask, no, I am not trans. I am not. I don't feel like my makeup skills is as good as drag queen, so I'm not a
No,
drag
you
queen.
don't have drag, girl. You got a beat face. You
Thank
got a beat face.
you.
It's not draggy at all.
No, thank you. Right. So I don't feel like I'm that because those drag queens time they be coming. I'm
They
like,
dramatic.
yes.
They are dramatic.
But I really, you know what? Because I love me some Prince, and he was very
Hmm.
androgynous, and so I
Yes.
was like, you know what? That's my lane. I feel very androgynous because I just love the elements of both,
Hmm.
and I implement both. So I'm just like, yeah,
Yeah.
I take that title of just androgynous, and
Hmm.
that's what it is. Yeah, because I'm not trans. I don't feel like I'm
Yeah.
just in the wrong body or, or anything. So, but yeah, so that would be my
Very good answer.
category or title.
Yeah, because I noticed like when you go to church, you don't have the makeup or whatever. You're dressed as Jamil,
A time and
and then
place.
yes, exactly. And so, why do you feel that you couldn't come as Jayce to the church?
um, that's a good question. Come on for that one. Um, I personally like again. Well, for me, what resonates to me is there's a time and a place for everything, and not saying because I want to sound contradicting. Not saying that a person should not come as they are.
Mhm.
However, I am the kind of person personally. I don't want to cause anything or any distraction of you should be just coming here to praise God. And
Mhm.
so for me personally, 2 hours ain't gonna hurt me.
The
It's
thing
not gonna
about two
hurt
hours
me.
even look like that, so then you just saved yourself 2 hours of getting ready too, right?
Exactly, that too, right? Because I'll probably be late for church if I have to do it every Sunday. So, I really, but no shade, I have come with lashes on before, or I have come
Mhm.
with the eyebrows beat, and not saying that I would not be able to, but excuse me if it sounds shady. Some people are not ready for it anyway.
Mhm. That's true.
So
Not shady
and
at
so
all.
I right, and so I'm not, but I'm okay because I know who I am and I know what God has done for me. I know who He is to me. So it's not going to hurt me not to, come with it. Not trying to, like I said, I don't want to sound contradicting,
Right.
but because you should come as you are, but not. I don't know. I just it's okay. Like I'm so
Yeah.
okay. Y'all,
That's who you are too.
yeah, and that's another
You're
thing. That's another part of thank you for that because no shade. Someone I'll be like, oh, that's my break. I don't have to put it on. So yeah, I don't really I guess I don't think too much into it. That's probably somebody else can maybe answer that for me because I don't look too deep into it. Like it don't bother me that I don't come with it. Like
Right.
deep face or whatever. So yeah. I don't know.
So
Yeah,
Dominique says he's Jayce Songbird Dior. I guess she replied to the question when I asked you, "Are you trans or drag?" She said he's Jayce Songbird Dior. Okay, Dominique, check, check,
yes.
check, baby, check.
Yes. My
And
cousin said that he was like, he was like, you just you. And
yes,
that's okay. And I was like, thank you. Yeah, because I really am. Because I'm the same with it and without it. You
yes, you
know.
are.
Mhm.
And Michelle said, "I love how you're always mentioning your mom and God. Shows what you're rooted
Thank you. And that
in."
really, I honestly, looking back at my life, I'm very grateful and thankful for that because, like, hearing some stories, I'm like, oh, that would have been me. Or that could have
Hmm.
been me, But glory to God and glory for my mother, glory to God for my mother, that I can come and talk to her about stuff,
Hmm.
and be honest, be open to hear the discipline in it or things of that nature. Um, yeah, so thank you for that. Who said it?
Michelle.
Michelle, thank you for that. And
Yeah,
thank you,
she's
Damo,
the
too, that Sunny on
co-host
Jay.
on Monday Morning Talk.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah,
So,
I'm very grateful. Mhm.
what do the colors of the pride flag mean to you? I mean, what do they mean, period, and then what do they mean to
Oh,
you?
now that I have not been educated on.
So
I
you didn't
don't
watch
know
my
this.
show with Wiz when he was explaining color therapy.
Oh, okay, no, I did. I missed it. I did because I really, you know what? I really don't know.
I
But I
kind of
will
looked
say,
them up,
because
and
I,
then
honestly, I feel bad. I didn't know it was a representation. I just know each color did something. I just, it looks beautiful, and I look beautiful, so that's what it means to me.
basically, pretty much.
It's just
So,
beautiful. So,
so they had it's several different ones. So it's like one
mm,
of them was saying like I guess red means life.
my favorite
Um,
color. Oh, okay, thank
mine
you.
too. Mine
Ah,
too.
come on.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Okay, that's what I'm about. So I represent the red. Okay, we represent
Yes.
the red. Life,
And
hey.
orange means healing.
Okay.
It says yellow means sunlight.
Come on,
Green
Jesus.
means
Yes.
nature.
Come
Blue
through.
means serenity. Purple is spirit. And it was one that had the pink on there, and I believe um, pink was like sex. Yeah, so
Come
sex, life,
through.
healing, sunlight, nature. Oh, light blue is magic. Dark blue is serenity, and then purple is spirit.
Okay. It's so crazy because I was just talking to her about serenity and like accepting. That's another thing that has helped me in life is
Mm-hmm.
accepting the serenity in life. Like accept the things that you cannot change, but change the things that you
Mm-hmm.
can.
Yes.
And so, oh wow! And then no shade, look, the red. That's so chilling actually. For I'm extending my life on this side, just
Yes.
like life, living, honey. So, oh wow. Well, thank you for that because I showed it. And I was just like, girl, it's a flag.
It's a flag with a lot of colors.
With a
I'm
lot of colors,
colorful, so
right?
I like the flag.
That's me. That's what I was saying. So I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know why I'm like, I need to stop that. This is my saying. It's time to do my research. To be liking stuff because it's cute now.
Right? Pretty much. That's how it goes. It's like, oh, it's cute. I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna support it. I don't know what it means, but
Exactly.
it's cute. Like buying up
Hmm.
something because the package is pretty and it's just a horrible product, but it's a pretty package and I'm gonna buy it.
Ex-
I will never use it, but I'm gonna buy it.
I have a shirt that I brought last year. Honey got the tag on it and everything. I only brought it because it was on sale. I was like, because I don't find nothing to put it with or nothing. So, and
I
you
remember
know it's
I bought these boots, these Coogee boots. I wear a
mm-hmm,
size 8 in here, but they was like a heel boot. They was real cute. I wear a size
mm-hmm.
8. They only had a size 9. I wanted those boots. I bought those boots. I wore those boots, but you know what? Because they was a boot. It was closed toe, so and it was a boot, so I was able to like actually wear this 9 when it's like a whole size bigger. Actually, I'm a 7.5, and I can get in the 8, so it's almost like a whole size and a half bigger. But they was
Mm-hmm.
cute, so I bought that big boot.
Hey, all that matters was you slayed.
Yes, pretty much so. Nobody knew I was flopping in them boots because.
um, okay, so there's this one Payless was going out of business, and it had I normally could fit their 13s, and I
Mhm.
could squeeze in the 12s, but they only had it in 11s.
Oh Lord, no! See, it goes bigger. You been smaller.
Let me tell you, this is my sit down and look cute boots, honey. I'm
Oh
just
yeah, them
like,
dinner, them dinner shoes, honey. I hope they was
yeah.
open toe. They were open toe.
No, they closed
Oh,
in, but it was so cute, and I'm just like, and I can put it on, I can walk in and everything, but honey, the dogs be barking, honey, when they take them on. I'm like, oh,
for sure. Let me sit
honey,
down.
yes, but I don't know why I do that to myself, but they were just so cute. I'm like, but they're only $12. Let me get it.
Right? It's like when Sherman Shoes was up when they had their $9.99. Are you out of your
Okay,
mind? Sherman Shoe Outlet. Yes.
come through, yes, ma'am,
So
yes,
Dominique said,
ma'am.
yes, pride is way deeper than you think. I
It
guess when you were
is.
explaining pride.
I'm starting to realize that, and like I said, just watching that, or just now that it's starting to be an okay topic to talk about because it wasn't,
Mhm.
at first, and now we starting to get educated on it and things. I'm appreciating it because I was talking to one of my good friends the other day. I said, it's not fair that we don't really know our history.
Mhm.
We don't know who fought for us. We don't know what
Yeah.
accolades that they
Yeah.
made and things of that nature. So I'm very proud of that, and I'm very excited for it. And hopefully I'll be in the history books next. Representing, honey, yes. Not just some Jesus, I mean,
She
I'm
said,
gonna live it, right?
exactly. Oh, exactly.
Mhm.
I'm like, exactly. I thought that was like the person who fought. I thought she was naming somebody, but she was
Oh,
saying like exactly. Is
no,
that what she's
exactly. It's
saying?
important.
Yeah, but how she
Representation.
spelled it, like EGG, Zach, and Lee. I'm
Oh,
like,
oh, who
exactly
said
is the
that?
person who fought for you. But she was saying like exactly. Okay. Dominique, don't be over there throwing y'all.
Okay.
Maybe you'll get all crazy. Exactly. Oh, okay.
Because, honey, let me tell you, I've been sitting here just as lost as I didn't know what the representation of the flag was. Like, I don't know who he is.
I'm like, oh, that's who it was. That's one of your ancestors that fought for you. No, not at all. She's
But your representation is everything. Like,
yes.
it is. I live for it. Come on.
So,
Yes.
Miss Jace,
Yes.
are you dating?
No.
Ooh, no,
I felt in my
no, gonna get some
spirit.
sauce.
Okay. You know what? I had to take a break, and this was very mature of me because I
Hmm.
2 or 3 years ago I was dating someone, and it was very toxic, very well, what's worse than toxic, right? And it was something that I just had to like heal from,
Mm,
and I had to maturely like, okay, there was a lot of stuff I had to step back from, but I knew trying to date again, I'm like, okay, you will be no good for nobody right now because you're going to bring this into this new situation. So I just
mm-hmm.
really had to step back and I mean, I have my dates, but I'm talking now, but not. I haven't made anything official yet with
Mm,
anyone.
mm.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, that's
yeah.
smart. Get over that toxic before you can, move on to something else. A lot of people don't do that, and people just move
Hmm.
right into it. So good, like
Hmm.
good stuff. I do want to ask you a question though.
Sure.
Do you hit on, or do a lot of straight men hit on you?
Okay, so clear it up. I do not have to hit on any man. I don't do
Anybody?
that.
Okay.
That's not. Something. that was taught to
This ain't no
me.
wrong with a little flirt.
Well, you know what? No, something was taught to me, and it was so crazy. And I sometimes still sit to myself like, "Why was that said to me?" But um, well, they didn't say it to me personally. I was watching this TV show, and this is
Mhm.
'90s, so I don't remember what it was, but I remember that moment. And he was just like, the guy was on TV. He was like, "There's rules to being gay," and he was like, "You don't hit on straight men."
Mhm.
Why I remember
I
that, I don't
watched
know
that before.
why. And so but I was a little kid, but I always held it to my heart. Like, okay, I don't
Mhm.
have to do that. Now here comes the shade, darling. You said, do they come
That's
on to
what we
me?
want. We want
That's what I want,
justice.
honey. Honey, let me be dramatic real quick.
Get your dramatic on.
Honey, all I have to do is post a picture in the inbox.
Ooh.
In the DMs, honey. I can walk down the street. This man literally one time I was getting into a car accident. I was walking to the bus stop because he took a double look. You know, like who's this? I ain't gonna lie, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, so I shake the
Toot
keys
your
to the
horn, baby. Toot
Benz.
your
I
horn.
know, I'm gonna shake the keys to the
Yeah.
Benz. But I was looking cute that I was looking cute that day. And I was feeling myself, so that probably made it even more. But he like because he took a double
Yeah.
look, but he almost hit the car in front of him.
Mm.
Yeah, they. You know what? I can count on my hands of how many times I had to approach someone to talk to them.
Mhm. Mm. Because we go back to Pose and watching Pose, and you see
Uh-huh.
these straight men who like I don't want to tell the show because maybe some people didn't see it all the way. But spoiler alert. Okay, so when you see you didn't
I'm
see it
sorry.
all the way.
Let's not say straight men. I
Okay, yeah,
want to
I don't want to say
separate the
straight men.
two.
Yeah,
I
we
want to
ain't gonna say
call them
straight men.
either. No, yeah, because that's
Yeah,
something me and my
they,
girlfriend Dama was
yeah,
talking
they're not
about
straight.
actually earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, let's clarify
yeah.
that.
So down low man. We're gonna say down low man.
Hmm.
Okay, so the down low man. And so I don't know, you saw the part with the guy who was like, taking care of one of the
Angel.
yeah. And then when
Hmm.
she went and got the full surgery, he was just like,
Oh
no, he didn't want to
no.
deal with her anymore because
Hmm.
he liked the feeling of her, and then that's how he gets off. And when he feeling her erecting, but his
Oh
man is like
yeah,
straight.
honey.
Yes, he's like straight, supposedly married and all this stuff, and but he got mad when she wanted to be a full woman, and
Uh-huh.
and then it's just like it's crazy how like, and I think too like because I remember I used to read Elin Harris book. I don't know if you know the author Elin Harris. He ended up passing away. I believe he had AIDS when he passed away.
Oh.
One of my favorite authors, and he always talked about down low men and and there was a character in there who I believe they was football players. I believe he was an athlete. I think football player, and I think some of these stories he wrote was really based on real people, but he of course changed the names of the characters and
Yeah.
stuff. So the guy, he was just so homophobic and all this stuff you want to say and oh la 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 la. But one day he went to another player house and the player kind of pushed up on him and he felt an erection. So I just feel like a lot of the guys is like so I don't like gay, blah, blah. Be like probably the most ones that might be in your inbox trying to hit on you at the club. They're the ones who I think they need to come out because some of them don't
Yeah.
consider themselves gay. They consider themselves freaks or sexual or love
Well, and then,
sex.
see, and I think something else that has been shunned is the word bisexual
Yeah.
or curious, because some people be
Mhm.
curious.
Yeah.
I will say like there have been. I'll say this much because I'm gonna be like the author, honey. I ain't saying no names, but however, there have been some who seen my pictures or whatever, and they were just like, "Oh, I didn't know," or "You're just really beautiful," and so that because I look like what you like, or you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
or you
Yeah.
know, and things of that nature. So, um, that might struck the curiosity in it. Sometimes they turn it down, or sometimes they're trying to get to know me more.
Mhm.
So, girl, you got me talking. I love you. You must love you.
Don't speak it, David. Speak it.
I must love you for real because I'm talking, girl. But yeah, that's what happens sometimes. But I do. that's a whole nother topic of
Dominique
them.
said you got that feminine energy.
I got that. Yeah, honey. She's the one who's encouraged it a lot. She's like really, she's
Good,
been one of the people that's been that cheerleader, like, do it, be you,
good.
So
Good friend. You
let's
have a
use
good.
on my moon. But that's something that I feel because, especially, let's be honest, in the Black community, they would never really feel comfortable about it because they get shunned about it, or
Mm-hmm.
they feel shame for it. It's like that's sad because it's you like what you like
Mm-hmm.
when it really comes down to it. That's why I wanted to clear up the whole like, well, let's not call him straight man because straight man ain't
Yeah.
going. So let's just be clear.
Right. Exactly.
But a curious or a bisexual male, he's going, of course, because that's what he
Mm-hmm.
likes. That's what he's gonna,
Yeah.
and that's like with the that was Electra storyline. Because I
Yeah.
remember that episode. That was season 1. She, when she did that, some men like that.
Yeah.
They want that
They.
illusion, but they want that part too.
Yeah. Even when she went on that blind date or whatever, and then when she told him like, "Hey, I don't have that down there," or whatever, and he was like, "Oh well, no,
Yeah.
I don't want you." So they basically are they called like would they be considered like she-males?
I don't
Like
know.
where they have
That's
like this
when they
the
have both
woman part
parts.
top and then male parts at the bottom.
Some of them still consider themselves trans. I can say that much
Okay.
because I know one personally. She still considers herself trans, but I don't. Yeah, people love to be different too.
Yeah.
So, so I'm sorry, Queen. Some of y'all be on the mouse, but yeah, I don't know because I kind of will be offended if somebody call me that.
Female.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's almost
because
like yeah.
yeah,
It's
and
not
so
attractive.
huh?
It's not attractive. Like
It's
that. Oh, she's
not.
a female.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, Dominique said trans.
trans. Yeah, some of them still are trans. Yeah, so that's what I would identify them as
Yeah.
the ones that still have both parts. Because some of them don't. But see, you know what? And to elaborate on that, some of the trans don't want to get rid of that part either. So, but they still, identify as a woman. So,
Right. Because they like men, but they wanna
yeah,
and that's a hard surgery. I can imagine that you have to go through just to like
yeah.
be cool.
One of my friends, she's actually seeking to do it, but she was saying how high risk that surgery can
Yeah.
be.
And you
Hmm.
really have to like mentally prepare yourself for that. Because it's like a can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm sorry,
Okay.
my mom. She was calling. I was going to let her
Hi
know I had to put on
mom. Yeah, you have to like really mentally prepare yourself, I believe, for such a dramatic change because even if you
mute.
do it, I think you still will it will always be something missing. Maybe like but
Yeah.
you always have that feeling of missing because it's like
Mhm.
such a dramatic change. It's not like getting implants or what I'm saying your butt lifted or something. It's like an actual remove and create. So
Yeah.
that gotta be like super dramatic. And the fact that she risked it all on the show to do it because that's something that she just felt she just didn't like looking at herself in the mirror. And I just feel like it's like if that's what she wanted to do, then people would like judge that. But it's like people get their boobs bigger and nobody's judging it. I mean, honestly, for my 40th, I want me some boobs. So it's like enhancement or edit. If you don't have it, they make it. They you can get it. Why?
I am
It's,
getting. I'm speaking it. I am getting a lift. I am getting a butt lift. I have to. That
oh,
is
you
one
better
of my
come to the meeting
goals.
out at 5. I mean, I might not put some silicone on you, but I got a machine that'll lift your booty. So
Right.
feel like you done did about 5,000 sit-ups. Come in my spot, and
Okay. No,
I lift
I'm
your
not.
booty.
Dr. Miami, get me together.
So you want the full silicone
Hmm.
shots or fat injection, or however they do it nowadays.
Hmm.
Thank
Yeah.
God,
So.
God blessed me so that I won't have to worry about that area. But
Okay.
he sure forgot about my top area. But
Right. See,
he
I
said,
ain't
"I'm gonna
got
give
to
you
say. I
one,
just
you
have
can't have the other." You
I had a
can.
nice shape when I was younger. I was really nice and proportional. Now I got older. It's like the stomach needs to go back there. So I'm just like, okay.
Also, you see how this spy, I got cool sculpting too. So
Right.
anytime I can plug it in there, I'm gonna plug it in
I love it.
there. Yes, he did. It's so blasphemous. Yeah, she always talk about my booty.
I was gonna say because I was like, yeah, honey, she be slugging in the church, and I'm like, come through. I don't want to say no, but I'm like, okay, come on, Miss Yes,
And then
ma'am, honey.
it's so sad too because I remember when I went to Fox College, and it was
Mm-hmm.
predominantly white, and so they had the rule where she's laughing. they they had the rule where like you couldn't wear like super tight clothes or super
Hmm.
short skirts and all this stuff. So me being back then too, I was thicker, and so I wore these slacks. I wore these slacks, more than once at one point. So I was running to the computer lab to get a paper that I printed out before my class started, and the lady at the front, she saw me, she called me back, and she was like, you got to go home and change your pants. And I'm like, why do I have to go home? And she was like, your
Hmm.
pants are tight. And I'm like, my pants aren't tight at all. I'm like, they fit it. I said, my proportion is different from the ladies that's here, which is the white girls and the Mexican girls. And so I've even pulled them up. I said, you can even pull them out. They're not too tight where I can't even grip them to pull them up. I'm like, you pull. She's like, you
Hmm.
have to go home. So I got upset because I'm looking at the Mexican girls who wearing tight spandexy pants and the white girls who had these short little tight
Yeah.
spandex shirts. But you picked me because I'm a thicker black woman. That you felt like because you saw my butt, not actual butt, but you saw the butt print in my pants or
Yeah.
whatever. My butt is
Hmm.
out of my pants that I had to get sent home. But these other girls, because they don't have no butts and they bony or whatever, it's fine for them to wear what they was wearing.
That
So
irritates me so much. Yeah, I really hate that, and it's so crazy because we get hated for it, but they want it, and they get praised for
exactly.
it when they do it. So
And
that
when they do it, and then it's like, oh, somebody started with J Lo having a booty, but I'm like, black girls have booties all the time. Ask her Mr. Like, you like big butts and you can't deny. Like,
hello, I would say like, honey, come on, like it's crazy and it's sad. It needs to change,
I mean,
because
a lot of things needs to change in this world.
hmm
They really do. And what's gonna change now is you finna change us with a song.
with a song, okay.
You're gonna change us with
uh,
a song. You're gonna
okay, I'm just
sing
gonna give a verse. Is that okay? Just a
the verse
verse?
and the chorus. Can we get a verse and the
Oh,
chorus?
verse. Oh, then now you got me changing the song. 'Cause, I think I could do the chorus of that song. Some people say that life is full of pain, but I look at life as it were a flower, taking all the good instead of all the bad, and turning it around with what we have. And everything you do and everything you say, soon will all become what we have made. When walking out your door, remember there's much more. So why don't you come? Sorry, that's all good right there.
I
Thank
know. I
you.
was waiting for more. I'm like, what?
Oh.
You gave me 30 seconds of a song. That ain't fair.
Right.
I was in tune. I'm like,
Thank
okay.
you.
And what's the name of that song? Is that the song that's on your
That's
Spotify?
oh no, actually, that is a Solange song.
Oh,
It
is
was on
it?
her first. Yeah, and when y'all hear it, honey, it's a whole another element. But I love those verses. The song is called Wonderland. But I love what she was saying, and I was just like, "Oh, that resonated with me." But I was like, "Let me put a little more soul in
Yeah.
it." So, Solange, if you ever see this girl, let me get the rights to redo the song. So I
Michelle
can
said,
redo it.
is she throwing houses? You better sing. What you
Oh,
throwing?
thank you.
Y'all gotta. I'm not with all this new stuff. Y'all gotta start changing up words and putting emojis in that. I don't know what it says. The joint shoes. Oh, that's the shoe.
So
I
the
was a
shoe.
hat.
Oh, thank
Okay, all right, all
you.
right. Okay, Jennifer Hudson on the voice. Orange shoes, you
Oh,
better say. Okay, I figured it out now because of the shoe. All right.
thank you.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Even though you cheated me out of some shoe, I was did.
I know y'all I cheated y'all out the chorus.
You cheated me out the course. I was
I
waiting
cheated
on
out
the
the chorus.
course. You did.
I was like, hold on, I'm gonna sing that chorus because y'all gotta hit the original version because she be going up there. I'm like, okay, wait now. I'm one of those singers to play it safe, honey. You know, sing your face off. You ain't gonna do the notes, don't do them.
Right. Okay, Rosa, you typed in Spanish and I don't speak Spanish, so I honestly do not
Okay.
know. Muy,
Ooh,
very
then,
important. Esto no, you don't have a whatever, Brahma. This might be a spam.
okay, like,
Yeah, yeah, I think it
I'm,
was spam. It looks like spam, like he asked for money. 225,000, and
is
yeah,
that
so
what
it's
you
a
want to send
spam.
to me? Is
Boy,
that what
right?
you want to
Are
send
you
me?
donating to either Jake or myself or my podcast
Both of
or
us, we
us
can split
both?
it. Right, we can
Like,
split
listen,
it.
explain it. Habla ese inglés,
Yes,
please.
yes, ma'am.
But honey, you know I love you.
I love
And
you
you know
more.
that you are invited to my Monday morning talk show if you have a Monday
Definitely.
off and
Definitely. I'm
whatever
gonna
you
I'm gonna
want to do.
request it so I can do it because she always puts me on Mondays. So
Yeah,
that's
you
what
can
you said.
co-host with us. You can co-host with us. You know, we talk
Yes,
about a lot of
ma'am.
different stuff, and you know, we always love people who, you know, we know it's so amazing because we know great people. Like everybody I've been getting on the show, it's like they get along, they mesh so well with the other ladies, and I'm like basically everybody I know that I know that's like I want to know is
Hmm.
is great, and I know that I can introduce them to the ladies, and they'll all just blend right in. So
Yes.
whenever you want to be a co-host on the show, you
Thank
always have our
you.
blessings. I
Thank
am just
you.
happy that you were able to do this,
Hmm.
and you are just so unique in you. And of course, I love you for you.
Thank you.
And I
Thank
really
you.
do. I used
Same.
to go to church and I used to look over and look for you because
Oh.
you look back like,
Right. That's me. Like you know what's so crazy? One of my friends, she was like, "You're not that happy to see me." I'm like, "Yes, I am." So yeah, this is me. I love, because that's God.
hmm
That's encouraged you to even embrace Him even more. So
Yes.
yes, I love you forever and a day, honey. I thank you so much for this opportunity. Like I did used to around like, see, let me see who came in today. And I look for your face. I'm like, let you know, her and a little banana dog, like where she at? I just love, and I thank you so much for this opportunity. It also has helped me. Another reason I was very thankful to do it because it helps me talk about it because I don't talk about it a lot. So I thank you so much for this opportunity. I wish you well. I'm speaking TV production, darling, over you. So this is your
Yes,
fun,
you
honey.
know,
And
it's
man,
also
it's gonna
productions,
be
honey.
great. Yes, honey.
Yes, yes.
I'm speaking for it. It was amazing. I loved it. I enjoyed. Um, it was just amazing. There's nothing else really to say. I loved it. Thank you so much. And thank you,
Oh,
everybody else.
always.
Please follow me on
Yes.
Instagram, SoundCloud, TikTok, because I'm starting to get a little famous on TikTok, y'all. So check
You
me
know, I'm
out.
starting to be on TikTok a little bit too, and people actually starting to follow me, and I'm like, okay,
Girl, okay,
TikTok.
well, I know you was on TikTok, so you follow me. Come on.
I don't even know how to
Okay.
follow people. I just don't even understand. I just like do my videos and add my videos on there, like, and then I get a notification somebody to follow me or like the video. I'm like, oh, okay, this TikTok thing works. I still got to learn it, like Snapchat. I'm still learning Snapchat, so.
Don't feel bad because my nephew, we was at Six Flags, and I knew I had set my information up to do Apple Pay, but I just never used it because I didn't know how. So he took my phone. He's like, "This is how you use it." And I was like, "Oh."
Same with Google Pay. I don't know that either. I never do the tap on the thing because I don't understand how to do Google Pay. So,
I was like, that's what made me. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I'm like, "Am I getting old now?" I'm like, "I don't know how to use it." But I would definitely follow you on everything. All my social media is Jayce Songbird. That's JayceSongbird. DM me your information. I'll follow you on TikTok. So then all you have to do is just click
it. And I just want to thank you again for sharing your story with so many people because you don't even realize as we share this podcast, how many people it will reach and how many people it will touch. And, like you said, if you all just want to talk, if you need somebody to just inspire you or talk to you, motivate you, or lend a shoulder, reach out to them, and I just pray that, us doing these shows this month and maybe even just following up on other months, not just this month, that it will reach so many people and it would stop so much suicide, and that's what I'm really trying to do is like just stop people from just feeling like they're not worthy, they're not loved, and so they don't need to be on this earth because only God can determine that. And the fact of hearing so many people committed suicide because they can't live in their truth it hurts me. So I just thank you so very much for coming out and just speaking and just so being so happy and loving and still trusting in God and not giving up on yourself. That's amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was him. It was shit time. I'm like, Jesus, I don't know what's going on, but he just kept telling me, hold on. So yeah, and some great things are coming out too, because y'all see it soon. But also, something else I want to promote real quickly. I'm sorry, I have my own YouTube reality show. It is called Mainstream Dreams. Yes.
What is it called?
Mainstream Dreams, Chicago. It's on YouTube right now, actually. Season 1 through 3.
I saw that before on one of your posts.
Yes, please check it out. We are streaming right now. We're actually currently in production for season 4, so y'all check that out and get in soon. They clowning this season, but the season price seasons they slaying, honey. So y'all check it out. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, wait, did I put it up there? What happened to my... Oh, okay, hold on. Here it is. All right, Mainstream Dreams on YouTube. Oh, that's okay. So I'm gonna watch that. And you're welcome. I'm gonna follow you. And so follow my YouTube pages, the Speak It page, the Morning Talks page. We're trying to get subscribers for our Monday Morning Talk page and my speaking and my social production because I'm always forgetting to promote YouTube for some reason. So I'm mostly always on Facebook. So follow the YouTube pages, my social production page. I'm actually turning my short film. It's called Joey and Jordy, a hip hop love story. It's on my social production page. I'm actually re-editing that and I'm turning it into a series, a mini series. So I'm writing right now. I'm writing so a couple of episodes. I'm actually still writing episode 1 if I can just sit down and actually write. So I'm writing the episodes now for it, and then we'll be finding shoot dates and where we can start shooting. And we're always looking for extras for we need extras for the movies and stuff. Yes, definitely. So it's coming in for production. Keep speaking production on me because that's the goal.
You got it. God is about to take you some places, honey. I see it. He's about to take you some places.
I'm receiving it.
Get ready.
I'm ready.
Be in position. Right. Be in position. Be in position.
I'm so ready.
He's gonna do something for you, honey.
I am so ready. But okay, my love, I'm gonna let you go because my dog is working my love. He's working my heart. I don't want to say nerves. He's working my heart. And so
I'm gonna start using that.
There's a nerve in your heart somewhere. But yeah, he's working my heart. So I'm gonna let you go so I can take care of him. He's very spoiled. And thank you again. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Love you more. I love you all too.
Yes. And so share this podcast on your page and have everyone share it so that your voice can be heard and it can reach so many people.
Thank
you. You're welcome. Love you.
Love you more.
Bye.